Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time viewing my videos, my name is Elle, and on this channel I like to share my experiences as a merchandise coordinator as well as my past experience in the retail industry, also merchandising tips and different companies that you can work for merchandising jobs. So if you're interested in that type of content, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, click that notification bell so you don't miss out on a new video from me. So let's get on to today's video. So for today's video, I'm going to be sharing some more merchandising tips to help you guys out in your career as a merchandise coordinator or merchandiser. So let's get to it. So the first tip is to take notes. So this is something I highly encourage, especially if you have multiple stores and if you have multiple merchandising jobs. So I suggest you guys write down your store contact for each of the stores that you go to, so that way you know who you need to report to whenever you go back to do other projects. And this also helps you build those relationships with management if you're always going to that same person, so they already know who you are and what you're there to do, what brands you're there to service. That's something that helped me out in the past. And being that I have way more stores than I've had before, I am definitely making note of that in my own personal calendar that I have, which I will show you guys in another video. But yeah, that's something that I do. Like with the app that I have for work, we have to put who we report to in that app, but I don't want to always have to go back to old reports to figure out, okay, who is the manager at this particular store. I want to already have it on hand that I can just open it up and just see for myself without having to go through all of my old reports to find that information. For example, one of the stores that I have, they have inventory in October. So whenever I get those projects for that month, I'll make sure that I won't go to that particular store on that day because of the inventory. So that's just an example of things just to make note of when you are inside of your stores. My next tip is to keep up with your car maintenance. Your car is like the way you make your money, okay? So you want to make sure you're keeping up with the oil changes, tire rotations, or whatever else your car may need, because having car problems is a pain. You want to make sure that you stay on top of that so you won't miss out on any projects, because for me, I'm a 1099 employee, basically also known as like an independent contractor. So if I'm not working, I'm not getting paid. So I have to make sure my car is in pretty good condition to get me to and from my stores. So that is something that I try to stay on top of myself, although I do fall short. But the main things are working like they need to work right now. Although there's a couple other things I probably could get done to it, but the main things are good, so we're good to go. My next tip is to save your money. Now, obviously, this is something you should be doing anyway, but again, I'm a 1099 employee, independent contractor, so I have to make sure that I have money saved up for times where I might not be able to complete a project. For example, my daughter may end up getting sick, and if her dad is working, and being that my schedule is a little bit more flexible, I'm more than likely going to be the one to miss work. So if I'm unable to make up that project, I'm going to miss out on that money. So saving your money, putting money aside, helps you out in those types of cases. And then also, you just never know what's going to happen, just like with the panorama. Like, obviously no one was expecting that, and that really affected my work personally as an independent contractor, because the stores were closed. I couldn't go into the stores and work. So, you know, there you go. So you want to make sure you have that financial cushion for emergencies concerning your job, and then just other things like that, just stuff that you just, you know, probably didn't even think of or just out of your control. Yeah, my last tip is remember that your coworkers are not your friends. And even though you might not be in that one store full time, over time you're going to build relationships. You're going to have a familiar oh Lord, how do you say that? Familiar. Let's try another word. But over time, you're going to get familiar with the staff, and you might get a little comfortable, y'all chopping it up. Don't get that confused with a friendship, okay? I had an incident recently where I found out that someone in my newer stores was basically talking mess about me, about my work. So not that I was getting comfortable with this person, but I was friendly and cordial with them, as I am with everybody that I work with, just because being like that, being nice, having that positive energy makes it easier for me to do my job, and easier when I need to ask people for help with something, that I can't just do on my own. So yeah, it's just like it just reminded me, even though I already knew this, that co-workers or people that you're around, they may not technically be your co-workers in this instant, but people that you are around often, they are not your friends. So don't forget that. Don't get too comfortable. Build those relationships, but keep it professional, okay? Okay guys, so that's it for today's video. Hope these tips are helpful to you. If you're a merchandiser or a merchandise coordinator and you have some more tips, feel free to drop them down below in the comment section so everybody else can see them. And don't forget to check out all my social media links down below, and check out my fashion and lifestyle channel, All Things Elle Morgan. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.